We're here today at Voracious Brewing in Monroe, Connecticut, and we're brewing Jobtoberfest. It's a beer for career resources for their fall fundraiser. And it's an Oktoberfest lager. It's interesting beer because the color comes from Munich grain and Vienna grain and German Pilsner malt. It's lightly hopped, but it's very malty. It's a seasonal style, and it'll coincide wonderfully with their October fundraiser. It'll be a really good beer for that time of year. And it's traditional German beer brewed for 400 or 500 years in Germany. We're here, we have a boiling kettle, hot liquor tank over here, a mash tun over here where we soak the grain. And when you use malted grain, you soak the malted grain for 60 to 90 minutes. And when you do that at 155 degrees, the temperatures turn the enzymes in the grain, and it turns the starches in the grain into sugars. So you end up with sugar water. Then you strain the sugar water out of your mash tun. You pump it into your boil kettle where you'll boil it for an hour. During that hour, we'll add bittering hops for the very first part of the boil and leave them in for 60 minutes. We'll put flavor hops in for the last 15 minutes, and then that's it. After the boil, we'll circulate the beer to settle out all the solids. Then we'll pump the beer through a heat exchanger. Through this heat exchanger here, we'll pump cold water at 34 degrees through one way, hot beer at 210 the other way. We'll put a hose onto the heat exchanger output. Over here, we'll pump beer into the fermenter. And after about 45 minutes, you'll have 300 gallons of 70-degree beer. Then we add yeast. It's a lager yeast. It ferments at 50 degrees. It takes about 8 weeks for an Oktoberfest to finish because the lager yeast work smoother, slower. They're a bottom fermenting yeast. So it's a different process than ales. But after 8 weeks, you have a very clear, crisp, smooth tasting Oktoberfest lager. It'll be light amber in color. It won't be bitter, but the Vienna grains and the Munich grains will give it a little bit of a nutty taste. So this is the very beginning right now, and thank you for coming here today.
We are how we treat each other, and nothing